percentage.
Like 75% red.
Hey, she's gonna talk red to us. I love red. I'm about, I don't know, 40% red, 40% yellow, and the rest something else. But the 40% of me is really excited. Okay. Actually, so I just met Lauren at a retreat maybe a month or two ago. So I don't know her that well. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself. And yellows get such a bad rap. Okay. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. She's actually not on my team. She's on Joanna Malone's team and Carol Garner's team, but I'll let her take it away. Thanks. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thank you. Okay, so first, I am going to need you to make me co-host just because I have a little like slideshow presentation. I like to do little slideshows with my Zooms just because I know people like to like screenshot little key points of what I'm saying. And also, I feel like if not, I'll be sitting here and you'll be staring at my face while I talk for an hour. So, yeah, so I am super excited to chat with you guys. Like Jessica said, I'm literally like 75% red. So actually, this is kind of funny because what I'm going to talk about tonight, Joanna and I just hosted every summer we do something called summer school where we do a little business challenge encouraging our teams to do 12 classes in 12 weeks. And so at the end of that, we have a retreat. And I was going to present this presentation at our retreat, but the retreat was very like not the red feels. Like it was very like not not the business strategy feels. It was, if any of you have been to a retreat, there's like, sometimes it's like business strategy. And then sometimes it's very like all emotional healing. Both are absolutely amazing, but definitely was not the time and place for this Zoom. So Jessica has been saying to me since like January, I want to hear your Zoom. I want to hear your talk. So I'm excited to get to share it with you guys. So I have been doing this business for 8 years now. And it's like our family's full-time thing. I'm a platinum. My husband is a silver. And yeah, I am, like I said, I'm 75% red. So I do have that yellow caring servant heart in there, but I really love like business strategy. I love goal setting. I love just like teaching people how to set a goal and how to achieve it, right? Like I feel like the past few years, I've seen kind of this theme where a lot of people's businesses are falling apart. And I see this reoccurring thing where it's a lot of people that seem to be kind of like drifting around in outer space and they don't really have any goals and they're not really setting any goals or making action steps to achieve them. And there's a lot of blame happening. It's like, oh, it's Young Living's fault. It's the economy. It's this, it's that. And I'm a very like self-accountable, reflective person. And so I love talking about this stuff because I think it just gives us perspective on like how we can control the goals that we're setting and the outcome, right? Not blaming external factors and not, like I said, just like drifting around. And so that's what I'm going to chat about tonight. So let me see if I can.
Lauren, can I kind of cut in for 1 second?
Yeah, no problem.
Just so you guys know, Young Living called her recently, and I think they said, correct me if I'm wrong, you have the fastest growing US team. Is that right?
No, not the fastest growing team. So well, maybe, I don't know. This is what they told me. They said that my team in January enrolled the most amount of people on a team that has been enrolled since November 2020, since Black Friday 2020. So my team is enrolling a ton right now. I know a lot of people are seeing like, oh my gosh, I have this, I'm so sorry, this stopwatch. I have this stopwatch to go in the sauna at the gym and I can't figure out how to turn it off and it beeps repeatedly like every hour and it drives me absolutely crazy. Yeah. So, what was I saying?
What Young Living told you about your team?
Yes. So my team is enrolling like crazy right now, and I'm going to share how we're doing that. And I know a lot of people's business, a lot of people like cross-line friends have shared with me that their businesses are backtracking or being stagnant. Our team is seeing growth right now. And so, yeah, so I'm happy to be here and share how we're doing that. So that was a really cool call to get from Young Living. Because honestly, I had no idea. I'm just kind of like in my own lane with my team and we're just like doing our thing. And so, yeah, that was really, really exciting. So, okay, let's see if I can share my screen. Oh, can you click my name and make me host or co-host.
Brianna. I'm not the host either. Brianna's the host.
Yeah, it just says host disabled, participant screen sharing.
I'm gonna send her a message. Maybe she walked away for a minute.
If not, I can talk about it. Like I said, I just prefer to like have little key points that you guys can screenshot if you're interested.
Maybe just start because I don't
Okay.
know if I can just do that.
Okay, so don't mind me if I'm distracted here. I'm still going to go off of my slideshow. Okay, so like I mentioned, I am going to talk about consistency and how to set goals and actually achieve them. So here are some of the things, like I just mentioned, that I feel are the real reason why our businesses don't grow or they stop growing. And like I said, I feel like people, I think it's just human nature to always want to blame external factors, right? And like I said, be like, oh, it's this person's fault and it's the economy and it's young living. But here are the 4 reasons that I see people's businesses stop growing. So number 1, a lack of belief. So like you don't believe in yourself, or you don't believe in the business model, or you don't believe in whatever it is, just a lack of belief. A lack of proper setting of goals. That's what I was mentioning with like people just kind of drifting around and not really like making their business a priority. A lack of IPAs. I'm sure everybody here is familiar with IPAs. It means income producing activities. You have to actually do the things to grow your business, right? And too much wishful thinking instead of taking action. So I want to share some facts with you guys. So 92% of people that set goals do not reach them. These are like actual statistics. I took a Kristen Boss training, if you guys are familiar with that, and she talks a lot about this stuff. So yeah, 92% of people that set goals do not reach them. That's a huge number, right? 80% of people that set a goal stop pursuing their goal within 1 month. And then 25% of people stop pursuing their goal within the first week. So that's pretty crazy, right? Like, and I see it all the time. I'll see people like, sometimes I'll like host challenges for my team. And I'm sure if you're a leader to a team, you see this, like people are so excited in the beginning and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go on this trip. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then they kind of just like dwindle off. So how you can actually reach your goals instead of being in those percentages. First thing, you are 10 times more likely to reach a goal just by writing it down and having somewhere. Somehow I got muted. Sorry. Just by writing your goal down, you're 10 times more likely to reach it. You are 93% likely to reach a goal when you do, oh, I see I'm the host now. Let's see if I can share my screen. Oh my gosh, of course, now I don't have the share button. Give me 1 minute here. Okay, can everybody see that? Yes, you can see that? Perfect. Okay. You are 93% likely, by the way, I can't make this full screen. Every time oh my gosh, here comes the stopwatch again. Every time I try to on Zoom, it like doesn't load for some reason. So, but as long as you guys can see it. Okay, you're 93% likely to reach a goal when you do this one thing that most people don't do. And what that thing is, very simple, is create action steps to achieve this goal. I always think of like New Year's resolutions when people like make all these things, like they're like, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to do this year. I want to do that this year. And they don't make any action steps on like how they're going to reach those goals. It's the same thing in this business. I hear people all the time say like, well, I want to hit silver. And I'll say like, okay, but what is your plan to get to silver? And they have no idea, right? You have to make a plan. You have to make action steps to achieve that goal and know what you're doing and know what you're going towards. So I wanted to give this example. So if my goal is silver, I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to write action steps that are going to be IPAs and things that I need to do to get to silver. I'm not just going to wish on a star and be like, oh, hopefully I hit silver in the next few months. I'm going to be like, okay, what does it take to get to silver? What does a silver leader do? What are IPAs that are going to grow my business and grow these legs that I need OGV in? So I just wrote some example here of IPAs. So being a daily content creator on social media, when I put 1-to-3 ratio, that's me giving the example of like every one post that you share out, like every 3 posts that you share, 1 should be Young Living related. So like you post a Young Living post and then you would post 3 engaging posts about something else that maybe falls under some things that you share about. And then you post another Young Living post that ensures that you're sharing consistently. Adding 5 new friends a day or getting 5 new followers per day, doing 4 reels per week, doing 1 class or event per week, doing 2 videos per week, getting my loyalty rewards percentage to 50%. And then like breaking these goals down into smaller goals. So like, okay, what are the action steps that I'm taking to get my loyalty rewards percentage up? Getting 1 new brand partner per month. So I'm really big on systems and strategy. So I wrote here follow up on Fridays with anyone interested in Young Living. I call my Fridays follow-up Fridays. Every single Friday, I sit down and that's one of my IPAs. I follow up with anybody I talked to that week about Young Living that was interested. I offer them, $20 off on the starter kit, or I plug them into my next class or my next sample group or my next event or whatever it is. Connect and engage with 10 non-Young Living users per day, connect and engage with 5 members per day, hosting challenges for my brand partners. So these are some examples. Like if I was going for silver, these are some examples of what my action steps would be. Again, not just being like, oh, I'm wishing that I'm going to hit this rank. Hopefully I hit this rank. I'm going to be like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm committing to. These are my steps that are going to get me to rank up. In my opinion, your goals, your dreams, they deserve action, right? They deserve a plan. They deserve focus, and be specific. Don't be vague. Like I put on this slide, making action steps for like your action steps for your action steps. So like if you're going to increase your loyalty percentage or get new brand partners, like how are you doing that? For me, and this isn't some people's style and that's okay, but this is part of, how I have gotten to platinum, how my team is growing right now. We talk a lot about this, setting goals, creating action plans. We do a lot of different challenges. And I'm actually going to share about one challenge with you guys that is kind of, I guess, the reason how we're enrolling so many people right now. So I'm doing something with my team. It's actually about to end, and it's called the 1090 challenge. And some of you might have heard of this. I know that some other teams kind of do different versions of this, but basically what we're doing is we're reaching out to 10 people a day, and I don't mean like cold messaging, like, hey, you want to buy Young Living? Like 10 people a day that are not Young Living members. We're just creating connections, creating interaction, creating engagement, engaging with them on social media so that our posts boost into their feed. We're being consistent content creators. I talk a lot to my team about, shifting your mindset from like, oh, I have to make another post to like, I am a content creator. For me, I've built my business mostly on social media. So to me, I am a content creator. That's my job. I'm showing up every day. I'm producing content that people are going to engage in. I'm producing content that is sharing about Young Living, right? I'm not like, oh, what am I going to post today? Or, oh, it's been a week since I made a post. Like that's not consistent sharing. That's not consistent engagement. So we're engaging with 10 people a day. We're being consistent content creators. And then we're hosting 1 class per week. And that has been anything from like online classes to sample groups to Zoom classes to in-person events, just kind of mixing it up to like live videos on your page, like a live video class, whatever it is. And my team has seen a lot of enrollments with participating in this. And we've been doing some fun, like at the end of the month, I give away some prizes, and we're doing like a big prize at the end of the 3 months, like a big lot of prizes for anybody that's gone through the 3 months. And so that's what we're doing right now. I try personally to do challenges every month for my team, even if it's something simple. Back in November, we did like a back to basics challenge where we took all the items in the starter kit and we just had like a checklist. And that month you had to share about each item in the starter kit. And a lot of people did that. It was really fun. But yeah, it's really like that consistent sharing. And also in partner with that, engaging with people and expanding your network. I think that's a big missing piece for a lot of people, is like they're sharing and they're throwing these things out to the same people. Like, how are you getting new followers? How are you getting engagement? How are you creating new connections and new relationships? Because obviously the more connections you have, the more people you're going to enroll, right? I always give my team the example, if you just make 3 new connections a day, which actually is very simple, whether you're creating that engaging content and you're getting 3 new followers, or you're getting in Facebook groups and you're making 3 new friends a day, or even if you do things like in person, if you're like going out somewhere and you're creating relationships with people, if you just do that 3 new people a day, that's 90 new people a month that you have to share Young Living with. Like, how would you not be consistently enrolling, right? If you're creating all these connections. And that's what we're focused on, is creating connections and then engaging with those people and nurturing those relationships. Okay. Moving forward here. I wanted to give some more IPA examples. I know I gave some with the, like my example of hitting silver, but these are some IPA examples that we focus on. So producing educational or engaging content, connecting with people, following up with prospects, following up with customers, doing videos, whether it's on your page or in your education group, business group, whatever it is, making reels, getting new friends and followers, talking about the business, sharing about it, just like we share about oils and products, right? Nurturing your downline, enrolling, talking to people about loyalty rewards, vision casting over yourself and your team. And that's kind of what I'm talking about right now, is like setting goals and making action steps to achieve them. Like, do that with your team as well. Have them make like action steps behind their goals. And then hosting classes. So these are kind of like my top IPAs that I talk about and that I do myself. I also wanted to talk about this because like I said in the beginning, I've seen kind of this pattern the past few years of, like I said, people floating around outer space and blaming external factors, and then also being in this kind of self-sabotage cycle. I see this on my own team. I see this like talking to cross-line friends. I see this even with things outside of Young Living. So people fall into this like good intention cycle. Like they'll watch a video, or they'll watch this Zoom or training, or like I'll launch a challenge, and then they get super, super excited. They're like, oh my gosh, this is my ticket to growth. I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to complete it. And then they make all these promises to themselves and they set a goal with no plan, no action steps. They're just like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to Dominican Republic. I'm going to go to Bora Bora, whatever other trips Young Living has done. And then they have this like chaotic flurry of like motivated action. And then something happens where like either they have an obstacle, or like real life happens, or they maybe like aren't seeing the results they wanted, and then they just stop the action and they lose the excitement and they beat themselves up, and then some like new video or new training or new challenge comes along, and it's just like repeat. So that's like the good intention cycle. It's like you have these good intentions to do something, and then you just like fall off when there's like, you get busy or things aren't going your way or whatever it is. So this is kind of a mindset shift. And what I've talked to my team about is shifting to this implementation cycle. So it's, you watch the video or the Zoom or the training, or you see the challenge, and then you create a goal and you create action steps, like we're talking about behind these things. And you're like, this is how I'm getting through the next 90 days. I mean, how many of you have launched a challenge for your team, or even yourself done a challenge that's like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and you or your team ends up falling off like 2 weeks in or a month in or whatever it is? It's because they're stuck in that good intention cycle. It's because they don't have any like action steps behind their plan, right? They're like, oh, I'm just going to win the prizes or win the trip at the end of this 90 days or 6 months. So the key is creating that plan, those action steps, and then moving the needle, taking action. And of course, obstacles are going to arise. Of course, real life is going to happen. Of course, we might not see the results we want. But what leaders do and what successful people do is they keep moving the needle, and they reflect and they reevaluate and they pivot. They're not just like, oh, I'm going to give up. It's not, you know, I'm busy, or, you know, today I didn't really get to show up to my business, or whatever it is. They just get back on the wagon tomorrow, right? And so talking more about that and like staying consistent. So I feel like people think that this is what consistency is, but this is what consistency actually is. And I always like to show people this because I think a lot of us strive for perfection, right? And this is what I see a lot of the time is like, this is what I'm talking about with that good intention cycle is like people get motivated and they go really hard for like a couple days and then they just fall off the rest of the month. But this is better than this. This is consistency, like falling off and then getting right back on, or having an obstacle like your child getting sick and then you just do what you can, right? Or like not seeing the results in your business. Like that's how you create results in your business. That's how you create consistency. I always say step out of the matrix because I feel like people are stuck in this like same cycle of like the same routine and the same like, woe is me, my business isn't growing, I'm not enrolling, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. So step out of that matrix and that same old thing that you're doing and do different actions to get results. Set a goal when you get off this call and make an action plan, make something that you've never done before and say, what am I going to do to reach that? What am I going to do differently? If you want different results, you have to do something different than you're doing now. And lastly, I feel like this is what people think success looks like, but this is what it actually looks like. And I wanted to show this because I know that, again, the past few years, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, my business isn't growing, my business has backtracked. Like, it's okay to start again. It's okay to, like I said, get off this call and be like, okay, I fell back from silver. I fell back from gold, but I'm going to get back there in 6 months. And here's what I'm going to do to make that happen. You have the power inside of you to make that happen. Only you. Nobody else can do that for you. Nobody else can show up every day and work your business for you. It's only you, right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And just a reminder that success isn't a straight shot to the top. Like if your business has backtracked or if it's not going the way that you thought it would, like pivot, reevaluate, reflect. And this is what success looks like. It's messy and it's all over the place, but it happens when you are consistent. Okay, so let me check the chat here. Yeah, so that's exactly what she was doing. She was like connecting with you, right? When it's people's birthday, that's the easiest like connection that you can make with them.
Yeah, I thought that. I don't really know her. Why is she private messaging me and
Yeah.
asking such nice questions? Oh,
Yeah.
she does XYZ network marketing thing, of course. But that's a really good thing. You can just go through your birthday list and copy and paste that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we've been doing 10 people a day. And I'm actually happy to share. I made like a checklist. Maybe I can share that in Spruce Society, or if anybody wants it, you can just message me. I made a checklist that's like for 1 month, like 10 people a day, 1 post a day or 2 posts a day or whatever it is. And then 1 class per week. And then I made a separate sheet, like explaining everything. So if anybody wants to do the 1090 challenge, I mean, you can do it on your own. That can be part of your action steps to your goal. Can you give an example of what your sample groups look like? Yes. So currently I'm doing 1 sample group a month with my team right now. We're doing one every month, and I'll basically just post in my business group and say like, hey, who wants to join this month? And everybody will like share about it. So this past month we did a thieves sample group, and that was actually really great. I think we had 40 people in it, and at least 3/4 of them enrolled with a thieves kit, the thieves bundle. And so we just did thieves cleaner and thieves scrub and thieves dish soap and then lemon oil. And basically what I do is I just put everybody in the group, and then we'll do like an introduction post, and I'll do like a giveaway. Like I'll say for every post that you comment on in this group, you get entered to win a free full-size product, because I want people to engage, right? Like I want them to comment on each post and that to be like boosted every day. And then basically once per day, I usually start on a Monday. So like over the weekend, I'll do like some simple information. I don't want to overwhelm people. I want it to be like something interesting that they'll read. So like for the thieves one, I did like some PubMed studies on the effectiveness of thieves. I did the chicken juice experiment video. I posted that in there and just shared about like why toxin-free living is so important. And then starting Monday, I always go through one of the samples of the day. So we did the thieves cleaner Monday, we did the thieves scrub Tuesday, the thieves dish soap Wednesday, and the lemon oil Thursday. And I always go live in there and just talk a little bit about it for like a minute or two. And yeah, I think people love like trying the products. So this month we're doing an oil sample group. So we'll do Valor. I send a little diffuser bracelet and we do Valor. And then we'll do Stress Away, like the 60-second reset with Stress Away. And a Pan Away roller. I've done like Thieves rollers, Raven roller, Pan Away roller. And I just do like little 1 ml. And then the last one was peppermint. So we'll do like peppermint steam, like have them do boiling water in a mug and then inhale it. So yeah. And then afterwards, I always do a Google form. I feel like it's easiest for follow-up. So I will say like, what's your name? What was your favorite sample that you tried? And then I'll say, are you interested in any of the following? So the options will be like grabbing I always say like discounted Thieves bundle, grabbing a discounted bundle, being added to our education group, learning how to become a brand partner for $1. Yeah. So, and then they fill that out and it's super easy follow-up. I don't charge for that. I do it for free, but what I do to make it really easy for my team is for $10, I can send the package for them. So, and that includes shipping. So, and a lot of people take me up on that because who wants to like buy all that stuff? And it's when it's that simple, you know what I mean? And they can just share about it and be like, hey, who wants to join? And then they send me the addresses. Yeah. So I have seen people charge for it, by the way. Like if you feel like, you know, you want to charge a few dollars, but to me, it's an investment in my business and it's a couple dollars per package. And I have never hosted a sample group and not have people enroll from it. So even if I enroll one person, it's worth it, right? Is there a script or some conversation guides for talking with someone about being a brand partner? So do you mean like having a conversation with a member about becoming a brand partner? Yes. Okay. So usually what I do when I sign people up, I will send them their referral link immediately. That's like part of my follow-up process when I send them, you know, like I said, I'm really big on systems. So when I enroll somebody, I get them in my education group. I have like a getting started little ebook that I made to walk them through the starter kit. I usually will schedule a call or an in-person meeting with them to go through the kit. I'll send them a welcome package or give it to them if I'm seeing them in person. And then I also give them their referral link. And I just let them know that if they share that, they're going to get money from Young Living for every person that uses it. And why I do that is because I want to normalize it. And I feel like these days, everything has a referral link, right? Like anything I buy, it's like I get a referral link for something to share. Like there's affiliate links. And so I feel like it's just normal these days. But if it's somebody that I haven't told and they are a member under me, what I do is I just message them and I'm like, hey, I cannot believe that I never gave you this, but here's your referral link. If you share this, you're going to get $50 to $75 from Young Living per order that somebody makes under you. Super simple. Yeah. So I make it really easy and I make it no big deal. And like I said, I try to normalize it and also make people know that like they can, I think there's a lot of, I used to have this mindset in the business that like everybody that did the business under me had to be this like big builder, right? Like they had to hit silver and gold and platinum. And these days, how I'm doing it is just trying to encourage people to enroll one person. I mean, go to your downline right now and see like, what would your numbers look like if every single person just enrolled one person, right? Having 500 people enroll one person each is the same thing as you having one rock star that enrolls 500 people. And so for me, my goal is to just get them sharing. They share with one friend, two friends, whatever it is. And it's as simple as that. Like I said, I try to keep it simple. Do you qualify them and ask them if they're already enrolled? Yes. So when I share about sample group, I think that's what you mean. But when I share about sample group in my posts, if any of you follow me, you'll notice that I always say like the only requirement is that you participate in the group and that you are not currently a Young Living member. And then sometimes I'll message just people that are prospects that have talked to me about oils, and that's super easy because I know that they're not enrolled under somebody else. How about with a prospect? So with a prospect, it really just depends on like how the conversation is going, but same thing, like I like to normalize it. So when I like sometimes, like I said, I share a lot on social media. So I like the other day, I shared how you can be a Young Living brand partner for $1. And I had people message me and they were like, what? I had no idea. And so yeah, you can, navigate the conversation from there. But honestly, my advice is the same, just normalize it. Like when you're talking to people about oils, you can tell them about the business as well. Be like, yeah, you're gonna, when you buy the kit for an extra $1, you can get your referral link and you can easily make your money back on the starter kit. Oftentimes I will offer to host a class with people when they sign up, and that like basically tell them like, yeah, you're gonna get your investment back, you're gonna get your money back on the kit. And so that's kind of like if you have a prospect that they have like financial reservations about buying the kit, you could kind of use that angle and say like, do you want to host a class with me? And we could, earn your kit or earn your investment back. But yeah, like I said, my answer is pretty much the same. Is just normalize it, and also talk about it as a perk. Like I do the same thing with loyalty rewards. I will say to people like, when you purchase your kit, you get access to the rewards program and you're going to get so much free stuff. I don't talk about it like it's like a big thing or like a big inconvenience. I just normalize it and say like, this is part of it, right? This is part of it. You get the kit, you get access to this rewards program. You're going to get so much free stuff. You get a referral link. And yeah, like I said, we don't really like make it a thing. That's just what we do. I feel like people go off of your energy. And so if like you're hesitant and you're like feeling like, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm like looping them into this monthly thing and they're going to think that I'm making them join the business, then that's going to be their energy. But if you're like confident about it and you're like, this is the best thing ever, of course you're going to join loyalty rewards. Of course you're going to share your referral link. Then that's what they're going to do. It instills that confidence in them and it makes it like, it's no big deal. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know how to get referral link, you just go into your virtual office, you click share YL, and you copy the referral link, and then you just put their member number in where yours is. And that's how you send them the referral link. And then once somebody sells something, I'll tell them, like if they haven't done the $1 business essentials kit, I'll just make sure they go on and do it. But if they don't, then they just get Young Living account credit. Is that still a thing, or did that change on March 1st? The account credit. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? I would love to see everybody jump off of here after this Zoom and go and write what your next goal is in the business. Like whether it's a rank, whether it's an OGV, whether it's start enrolling 5 people a month or whatever it is. And yeah, go do that and write your action steps behind it. Like, how are you getting to that goal? How are you achieving that? How are you going to start enrolling people again? I think sometimes we get like I said, like lost in outer space and like caught up in like, oh, my business isn't growing. And we forget that like, we're not sharing, we're not doing the steps that it takes to grow towards that goal. So I would really love to see everybody do that and get your business growing and get moving towards your goals. Any other questions? I love that. Setting time blocks on my calendar for the next 90 days to do the IPAs. And I also want to share too with the, hopefully everybody heard what I said about the 1090 challenge. The first month that I did that, I enrolled, I think it was 13 people. I have to go back and look. I think it was 13 people the first month, 8 people the second month, and then this month so far, I think I have 4. Yeah, so but that first month, like I said, that we did that, that's when Young Living called me and they were like, how did your team enroll all these people? Like, what is happening? This is the most people we've had enrolled on a team since Black Friday 2020. And I will tell you guys too, like, my business has definitely slowed the past few years, and that's why I'm sharing all this with you, because I've seen directly myself and my team, like when we weren't putting action forth and we were like, I saw people like blaming all these external things, and they're like, oh, the economy's bad and Young Living did this and I'm busy with this, and like people weren't taking action. Of course we weren't growing. And then I saw this like momentum pick back up on my team, and we had this conversation and we set goals and we put action steps behind them and we launched these challenges, and now everybody's business is growing. And like it really reaffirmed for me, like, oh, it's nobody's fault. It's our fault. It's not right. It's our fault. It's not Young Living's fault. It's not the economy's fault. It's not so-and-so's fault. It's our fault when our businesses don't grow, because we lose sight of those action steps and that belief. And when we get that back and we do the things that grow our business, guess what? Our businesses grow. Love the info on the 1090 challenge. Yeah. So Jessica, let me know if you want me to post that in Spruce Society, or if you would just prefer people to message me for the 1090 sheets.
No, definitely post it for sure.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that
So Lauren told me that she has like a couple other slideshows. Who wants to have her come back and do another one? Like, Lauren, these are such great tips. I'm like,
oh, I'm happy to share. Yeah.
This video too is will be on the YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and watch this presentation again, it should be up by tomorrow. So you can go watch the presentation again, because there's lots of stuff I'm like, I need to go hear that again, So.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy to do. I mean, I have 2 prepared that I've done for my team that are hitting silver in 6 months, and the key to consistent enrollments. So I'm happy to do either of those if you want me to come back. Stacy, as a platinum, who do you put them under? Do you mean the people that I'm enrolling? Yes, I totally agree. So Stacy said, I think that we tend to also wait for the latest cool Young Living product rather than using the amazing products that we already have. It all, like, I have had people say to me, like, oh, I feel like I share about the same products all the time. Like, you should be sharing about the same products all the time. Fun little fact for you guys. Did you know that it takes somebody 12 times of seeing something for it to click in their brain, basically to like purchase it? Like basically to take the steps to get that thing 12 times of them seeing something. That's like the average. So think, if you're only sharing about Valor once a month, it's going to take somebody a whole year, if they even see every single post and every single contact you make about that, to actually buy it. So we totally should be sharing about the amazing tools that we have. How many samples do you generally send out? I mailing things, but I do, if that works. Back in the day, I sent a lot of happy mail, but I'm out of habit. So it really just depends. With my sample groups, I try to keep them more intimate, but like I said, I've been doing these like big ones with my team and they've been great. I usually have like between 5 and 10 spots for sample groups for me personally. But like I said, we just had, I think like 40 or 50 people in this last sample group we did. And then occasionally I will make a post and I'll like share about like my sleepy roller, for example. And I'll say like the first 3 people to comment who are not Young Living members will get a sample from me. And so I wouldn't say I'm always sending out samples, but I guess it's a regular thing. Probably like every other week I'm putting samples in the mail, whether it's from a post or a sample group. Yes, the new enrollments. So I stack my new enrollments wherever I need them. I currently am kind of like rebuilding some of my legs and then also stacking a bit into my diamond leg. With stacking, I really try to keep my legs even. I think that you guys did a whole Zoom on stacking, right? So I'm sure the replay is available if you want to go watch that. But yeah, I never keep anybody on my level 1, every single person I stack. How do you send an oil sample so it doesn't leak? So I have these really cute dropper bottles. Let me see if I can post the link. And I put them in a little organza bag and they do not leak. I used to use a different style. Here they are. I used to use a different style bottle and they used to always leak, but these ones don't. And they're really cute because it's like a little mini dropper bottle. Which containers did you mail the scrub in? I used these little, like almost like makeup. It was like a little like 1 ounce maybe eyeshadow thing. Let me see if I can find the link to that. I can actually just share in the comments if you guys want everything that I used for the Thieves sample group. Yeah, so that's everything for the Thieves sample group. So where it says for Thieves powder, that's what I used. And then I can share the link to the oils one that we're doing now as well. I don't know if this will save. I don't think the chat saves. So maybe copy and paste this in your notes quick. There we go. Yeah, of course. And I'm always happy to help. Like if you guys are hosting sample groups and you're unsure of like what to send or like how it works, you can message me and I'm happy to add you to the past sample groups I've done just so you can see how they work. I can actually do a Zoom on sample groups, really, if you guys want that. Any other questions? I hope this was helpful to you guys. Like I said, I think that I just love like reaffirming for people that like the IPAs work. This business still works when you do the work, right? And I think sometimes we get in our heads and we get away from that because we've had backtracking or we had a season where like we didn't show up. And I think sometimes we don't always reflect on like the reasons why. Like I said, we always want to blame other things. And I just want everybody to know that like your business can grow. If you do the work, your business will grow again. I promise you it will. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, but if you start now and you make those goals and you set those action steps and you show up consistently and you do it, your business is going to grow. I promise you it is. What do you say when people say I'm a member, but I want to try? What do you say to them? Like for sample group? So depending on the sample group I'm doing, I'll say this too, like for the Thieves sample group, we had a few people in there that had, and when I say a few, I think it was literally like 3 or 4 people that had already purchased a starter kit of oils and they're not on loyalty rewards and they wanted to try. And so I think those people, like their enrollers, made the decisions to send them packages. So you can do sample groups for your members as well that are not on loyalty. But if it was somebody that was already a Young Living member, I would just say to them like, hey, this is for people that haven't tried Young Living yet, but I'm happy to show you how to go in your account and get some freebies if you want to purchase these products. And then I would like share with them about loyalty rewards and having them place their order through that and be like, you're going to get a free Jade Lemon with it. Oh, thank you so much. That was really sweet. Yeah, like I said, I'm always happy to share. And I'm happy to have anybody message me if you need help with anything, or you need ideas, or you're not sure how to do something. And I'm also happy to do Zooms whenever you guys want to chat about a certain topic.
Well, thank you so much, Lauren. We appreciate you.
Yeah, of
And
course. Thank you for having me.
these are all just gems. So I don't know what you're doing next week. Who wants to ever come back next week? Like, I want to hear the next part. I want to hear part 2. It's like a series. Like, I want to, if you're watching the show, let's see the next one. I'm addicted. Let's go.
I am free next Monday. I could do that.
You guys down for Lauren doing it again, part 2? Or you think about this week which one you want to do? Because if you're available, we want to hear it.
We can take a vote. We can take a vote. 6 months to silver, how to enroll consistently, or sample groups. We'll take a vote.
I don't know, vote in the comments. We post the slides.
Yeah, let me see if I can share. I think I can share like a public link or something. Oh, public view link. There we go. There you go. Ooh, Kelowna, you're going to Mexico.
We know it works because we're all seeing our feeds flooded with pictures of people in the Dominican, and we're going, okay, what did they do? How did they get there? What do I need to do?
So I was 2 spots away. I was like the person after, like it was like the last Dominican Republic winner, and then it was this somebody, and then it was me.
Oh.
That's okay. I got lots of Ningxia. It's already gone, but.
Well, thank you, Lauren. And thanks everyone for coming out. Watch this video, or go get the YouTube link tomorrow, share it to your groups, and tell everybody watch it, and say she's going to come back on next Monday, same time, same everything, same link, and do part 2. So share it with your people because it's super good. Talk to your people who are, like, how do I do it? Or like Lauren was saying, just kind of, well, I thought I could do it, but I guess I can't anymore. Oh, I just realized I have some of these little things you were just showing. Anyway, so yeah, talk to people about, like, your people who kind of still want it. I have a lot of people who still want it, but aren't actually working. So yeah, share this video with them and tell them to come back next week for the next part. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks, Lauren. Everybody give her a round of applause.
Have a good night.
Bye.